the team that led the group of C minuses, bottom 4.
I have a feeling I know who it is.
We got to get into it. Talk.
There you go.
Spill your feelings.
After the Pelosi pick, I didn't mind their draft at all. Like I loved Beckett Hendrickson for me was I fucking loved that prospect. Like one of the best passers in the USHL this season. Like threading the needle and making plays. And I think there's enough of a foundation there. Obviously, the fact that his dad's Darby Hendrickson going to help him out, just like in terms of just knowing the game and like playing a two-way game in general. I think there's decent enough upside there. And I think, he's got the size that clearly they were looking for because they didn't take Jaden Perron in the third round.
Dude, though how?
That was the play that fucking Carolina traded back and still got Jaden Perron fucking a round later.
Yeah, sneaky bastards. So you know how the Wild have had a couple of those like ESPN-esque commercials, like the one where they're passing the coffee cup back and forth and Hartman comes in and finally like fills up the coffee.
Darby's was good.
Well, they got to have another one though, where it's like literally Dino's going over to beat the wheels off Darby again and Beckett steps out and just fucking drops Dino. Can you imagine?
Enough. I got this, Dad.
Like straight up end of Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
Going after Owen Wilson and then fucking go tell the Dalai Lama about that, jackass.
Great. Phenomenal pull again. And
also Beckett Hendrickson is a follower of MNCAA, so shout out to him and open invite if he ever wants to come in here and talk about Dino beating the shit out of his dad or going to Boston or Gophers or whatever.
Yeah,
you're a beauty though. We love you.
Yeah. I mean, the Bruins, like, it was funny because they just took, like, their draft class. It was like, yep, there's the Bruins doing the Bruins thing. Like, it's just like, listen, the Pelosi pick, it is what it is. Jaden Perron was sitting right there. There were a couple other guys sitting right there. Luca Cagnoni. I think there were other players with, like, because I tweeted out right before they picked, I was like, holy shit. Like, the fact they didn't have a pick until the third round, like, there's a bunch of guys with, like, legit no shit upside here. And they take the fucking they just did what they always do. They take the vanilla fucking like, oh, he's got good habits. So I mean, they did what they did. But after that pick, like, and I don't mean to shut up, by the way, side note, I don't even mean to shit on the kids again. I'm not shitting on the kid. Like, I also watched him at Dev Camp and he actually was solid too. So what did they do at Dev Camp? And he was a player that was making a ton of plays there. But after that, like, I didn't mind really any of their picks. Like, specifically, my favorite fucking pick that they made was their last one. Christian Kostadinsky, 6'6", 230 pounds.
Dude, he was high up my all name team rankings.
Dude, I'm telling you, and I just said I went to Dev Camp on day 2. He is the biggest fucking human being on the face of the earth. I tweeted out, he looks like his breakfast every day consists of 3 Fabian Liesels. Like, he is. He stepped onto the ice, and I was like,
I wasn't ready for that one.
I tweeted it to me. I was like, it looks like his daily breakfast consists of 3 Fabian Liesels, dude. He's the biggest motherfucker on the planet.
That's great.
But it's funny, the guy that runs Smart Scouting, Josh, I think it was like 2 or 3 months ago, he messaged me because I'm the Sweden scout. He was like, I don't know how much you've watched, but like, I actually kind of love this for like a mid to late round flyer. Like, this Kostadinsky kid, like, the skating, it is what it is, but he defends obviously really well. He makes good decisions and is able to like break the puck out, but knows exactly what he is, where he's not just trying to do things he's not capable of doing. Like, he just generally makes the right decision. But like, there's the fact that he's as smart as he is, he defends as well as he does. Like, the fact that he's 6'6", 230, and he's fucking mean. like that's a kid that for me, for a 7th round pick, he's for sure going to play NHL games. And I think he's going to be an NHL regular and like a good player. So it's always interesting too, when you go to the development camps over the years, like you can kind of figure out which kids or which prospects, coaching staff and like team personnel really are like.
We made it a lot further than I thought we would before Z had technical issues.
It came back, I think, but I still have one bar. I'm like nervous right now. It's probably gonna go out, but I don't know where I cut out. But it's interesting to see like which players that the team and the team staff, team personnel is like high on or like really wants to invest in long term. Because in between drills at development camp, like a lot of one-on-one conversations, like even afterward, a lot of drills that they just like keep them out in the ice for, and like someone was in Kostadinski's ear the entire time. And it was just like interesting to see. So like, a couple of years ago, it was Mason Lowry with the Bruins, where Adam McQuaid was all over. And the pick that fucking people shit themselves over that year. And guess what? This kid is a fucking stud too. But it's always, that's why I like going to those and not just like watching the videos. It's just like seeing stuff like that, like which guys are really like, you can tell the team's like invested in long term and really value. It's just like those guys that they're pulling aside and just like in their ear the whole time, and not just like some of like the invitees where it's like, they're here and whatever, we'll talk to them. Or the guys that get picked high and obviously like, we're assuming this kid's gonna play. But those guys that go mid to late rounds and people are pulling them aside, having a lot of one-on-one time with coaches. It's just interesting, but that's why I like going in person.